Oh, goody.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Zombies here again, and today we're back with another Marvel Snap video. So today, Thursday, we got some more OTA balance changes. 3 cards were adjusted here, 3 buffs, 0 nerfs, which is about in line with what I was expecting. But we're going to take a quick look at what got changed and then a different deck for each of the 3 cards that have been buffed. So, quickly taking a look at the changes, Luke Cage going from a 2-1 to a 2-2, the Collector going from a 2-1 to a 2-2, and Orka going from a 6-9 to a 6-11. Overall, I like these changes. These were all pretty underplayed cards, and these changes definitely give them a bit more purpose or viability, especially in Luke Cage's case, because now he can be run in Cerebro 2, and I think he's going to be very useful when High Evolutionary drops later this month. The Collector always was kind of not really finding a home at 1 power, so maybe the additional boost of power will help him see a little bit more play. And then Orka's been bad since he came out. We saw them buff Namor a little while ago, and now Orka, if he's in his own on a lane, he ends up being a 6-16, which is basically the stats of the original Destroyer. So I think there's actually some potential here. So let's take a look at some different decks for these 3 cards. First up is Luke Cage, and we've got a bit of a spicy Cerebro 2 build, and now we can run Hazmat and Luke Cage together in Cerebro 2. It's possible Hazmat's a little bit too cute, because obviously it's really bad if we don't draw our Luke Cage, but I think it's definitely something worth considering, and worst case, if it's bad, you could always swap it out later. But pretty standard Cerebro 2 build. I opted to put Invisible Woman in as a bit of Enchantress protection. There's a lot of Enchantress on ladder right now, so we really don't want our Cerebro or Mystique or Blue Marvel getting hit if we can avoid it. So I think Invisible Woman actually makes a lot of sense. Then we just have some cards that get us bodies across the board, like Mr. Sinister and Brood. Fantastic to spread the power, Storm for some lockdown. Pretty standard Cerebro 2 stuff, just with a little bit of a twist on it. Might want to try and find room for something like Korg as well, but this is the version I'm planning on trying out, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Then, speaking of the old ongoing Destroyer, we have a Destroyer-less Destroyer deck. We're using Orka in place of the Destroyer here, and this one might actually have some legs. I do think the old ongoing archetype has kind of fallen by the wayside over time, but I did take this for a spin a little while ago with Destroyer, and it felt okay, and I think Orka is going to end up being even better than Destroyer in a type of deck like this. We also have the benefit of usually we're only pushing power into one main lane, so it's easy to throw priority, so we don't have to worry about Orka getting hit by something like Shang-Chi, which is very nice. Professor X are really good right now. Claw can definitely take people by surprise. Atuma has some nice synergy with our armor as well as our Professor X, so a pretty solid deck. Maybe there's a little bit more refining to be done here, but this is the version I'm planning on trying out Orka with. And then last but not least, we have Discard. So Discard is actually the deck that took me over the finish line to Infinite this month. I'm going to be posting a video with that shortly. But one of the most common questions I've had is, hey, what do I replace Jeff with? Because normally I have Jeff in the Discard list, and we're trying out Collector now. So we're putting Collector in the Jeff spot. I think this might end up working. I mean, obviously we have a few ways to generate more cards, mainly being Swarm and our Apocalypse. But now that Collector's starting at a 2-2, it's really not that hard to get him to a 2-4 or a 2-5, which maybe that's good enough. And having something else that can scale in the Storm lane, pretty good. So this is probably the one I would try with Collector. Honorable mention to Bounce and I guess Devil Dino, who could also try this. But I think Collector is probably going to shine more in Discard or maybe the Bounce deck. So there we have it, 3 decks for the 3 cards that were buffed up this week. Really like these changes. I'm actually glad we didn't get any nerfs this week either, because it really didn't feel like there was any crazy power outlier. And I'm really looking forward to see what these future OTA balance updates have to bring, as I think anything that buffs up some of these otherwise kind of useless or really underperforming cards is a really good thing for the game. But that is going to wrap it up for this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, remember to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.